One Piece has been most influential anime and manga series worldwide till date. It has been delivering bangers after bangers for last 25 years, and people always ask how will One Piece end? And this video will explain it all. From all the theories to the allies of world government and straw hat pirates to my prediction how the One Piece will end and how the final war will pan out. You will get to know in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. This is how One Piece will end. First of all, what might be the reason of the final war? The basic reason, which everyone thinks might be, Luffy finds the One Piece and declares war on world government and use Vegapunk's mind technology to give message to everyone the history of the void century. This is the thing that people are thinking for a long time, that this might be the reason of the final war, or there might be one more reason, is execution part 2, but in form of Sabu or Luffy or even one of the straw hats, or I could say even Vivi gets kidnapped. We might see the final war pan out in this way, or we might see a completely different scenario. No one knows why the final war will start. But the thing I know is the allies of the world government. Who might be the allies of the world government? First of all the marines across the world will join the world government for this final war. All the vice admirals and admirals. Green Mule, Kizaru. Kizaru is doubtful after what happened at Egghead. Even Fujitora, everyone knows he will be switching side. Then comes Akainu and Kong. They might be the strongest forces out there. All the CP0s to CP9 agents, everyone will come. All the affiliated nations with the world governments and their armies will be at the doorstep at the final war to help the world government. Holy Knights, Seraphim, and Pacifistas will be key elements for world government in their fighting arsenal, and all the fire elders and Emu leading the charge. And add to this fire force the ancient weapons. Seems like a formidable foe, but wait till you are Luffy's allies, the final Straw Hat Grand Fleet. First of all the Straw Hat pirates, and some of them might have achieved their dreams also by this point. Add to this the Straw Hat Grand Fleet of 5,400 members, all the nations that Luffy saved, and the allied nations Alabasta, Skypiea, Dressrosa, Wano Kuni, Fishman Island, everyone. Add to this the Revolutionary Army, Dragon and Sabu coming to Luffy's aid, and all the characters in the Revolutionary Army developed till now. Add to this Sword, Garp, Fujitora and Kizaru. If Fujitora and Kizaru switch sides, and Sword, I think so Sword might be in Luffy's allies at the end. Add to this Roger pirates, Red Hat pirates, Whitebeard pirates, the Cross Guild, Puja pirate, other pirates like Katakut and the Worst Generation joining them. Law, Kid Bonnie joining Straw Hat Pirates in the final war. One more thing, Enel might be there in the final war. I think so Enel might return before the final war. Add to this, the slaves released from Marijua by Straw Hat Pirates. Multiple races from One Piece coming to help Straw Hat Pirates. Fishman, Giants, Lunarian, Buccaneers, Skypian, Mix, everyone. World nobles from Marijua who might switch sides, and Ancient Kingdom allies to help Luffy and Straw Hat Pirates. Add to this, Seraphims and Vegapunk who might turn at the end to help Luffy. Add to this the ancient weapons which Straw Hat might possess by then, and this might be some of the allies into the final war. Add to this anyone introduced after this, maybe Davy Jones, maybe the remnants of Rocks Pirates, who knows who might be in Luffy's final allies, but it might be a long list. Now coming to the popular final war theories which people on the internet have, this might come true. Then let's begin with this. Luffy will broadcast the true history of world to all nations, and I think so it might be 100% possible that this might happen at the final war or just before the final war after Luffy finds the One Piece, because Oda literally said that Marineford will look like a child's play in front of the final war. Now this one is quite a controversial one. There is a traitor among Straw Hats. People on the internet say that Brook might be a world noble because of Gunko connection, and maybe Nabi is a world noble all along, but I don't think so this might be coming true. We are far along the way that there might be a traitor among Straw Hat. There might be a traitor among Straw Hat Grand Fleet, but not in Straw Hat Pirates. Now this one is quite a popular theory that Shanks will die or sacrifice himself, and we might see this coming true. Maybe this happens at Hachino's before the final war. Then the next one is also one of the popular theories that admirals, marines, and even some of the world nobles will betray the world government and switch their sides to Luffy's alliance. And I see this theory coming true. The world nobles who switch sides at the end to help Luffy might get redeemed, and they might be saved at the end, and they might get their redemption arc. And admirals like Fujitora show up betraying world government in the final war, and even some of the marines, take for example Sword, they might be switching sides. Now this one is Luffy, Nika, or Joy Boy. versus Emu. This will be the part 3 of this battle. If you know about the ancient murals, you know what this might be. Now, this one is a saddened theory which people have that Luffy might die at the end of the war. Now, coming to the events that are for sure to happen at the final war. First one is World Century Truth revealed. Yeah, the World Century is hidden from the whole world. The 100-year century was literally erased from the world. It will be revealed to everyone. Ancient weapons destruction. It will be interesting to be seen how they are used in the final war. They are like nuclear weapons ready to destroy the world. Yeah, the final war will literally involve the whole world. It has been hinted throughout the One Piece that the One Piece final war will involve the whole world. The switching of the sides on both sides and betrayals. This is also a popular theory that there might be betrayals among both the sides. It comes from the Doflamingo's dialogue. Who will side with whom? Who will betray whom? I see this coming true. The next one is Luffy achieving his dream. His true dream. Everyone knows that Luffy's true dream is not becoming king of the pirates. It is something that he can achieve after becoming king of the pirates. And the One Piece world is not free, and the dawn of the world will be finally set the One Piece world free. The next era. Now coming to my predictions and theory for the final war, or what will happen after the final war. The first theory or prediction I have is Mihawk versus Zoro at the final war. Oda will find a way to relate Mihawk to the world nobles in some way because Emu sides and Mihawk sides are similar. Mihawk will join world government in the final war and will see Zoro achieving his dream by defeating Mihawk. We can also see the world's greatest swordsman Zoro after defeating Mihawk at some point in the future story, fighting Saint Ethan Nesjuro in a cold war. Literally, we have chills when Nesjuro and Zoro fought at Egghead. This will be an interesting to be seen who might be the final opponent of Zoro at the final war. The next one, we'll get different combination of Luffy's allies in the final war, fighting against the world nobles, the five elders, holy knights, and seraphim. We might get Dragon and Garp teaming up, the father-son duo, to fight one of the five elders. We might get Shanks and Eustace Kid fighting one of the holy knights. We might get different straw hat combination like Sanji and Zoro fighting one of the elders. We might get any kind of combinations in the end. The next one is Red Line being destroyed. It's inevitable. The Red Line is the thing that is dividing the whole One Piece world, and it's for sure it will be destroyed. The next one is Enel to return before the final war. The cover story of Enel has set Enel to return at some point in the story. It shows the origins of Skypians at the moon. So how Oda ties up this to the main story will be interesting to be seen. It might be he returns before the final war. The next one is we'll get to see an AOT type situation with the world government or with Emu. That Emu is not bad. He has his fair reason for his action. It will be a situation like we saw in Attack on Titans ending. That Mali was not the bad side. They had their own circumstances. Take for example, Rox was termed as a bad character from the start, but he had his redemption. Slowly, Oda revealed that Rock was true hero of the God Valley. We'll get to see something like that at the end. I think so. Emu is not bad, but the circumstances has led him to be what he is right now. The next one is Kobe will lead the world government to the next era. Yes, we'll get to see Fleet Admiral Kobe at the end. And the next one we'll see Straw Hat ships after the war and time skip. Yes, I'm talking about Usopp and Kaya, Sanji and Pudding, maybe Zoro and Tashigi, Robin and Law, Luffy and Hancock. We might get to see that. And here comes the final one. Yeah, I've already spoiled it, but still, Luffy will survive the final war and he will achieve his final dream. Yeah, the final dream is the same dream that Roger had. I think so. Luffy will achieve it after the final war. Maybe a banquet which involves the whole world. We'll get to see. Now, these are my theories and predictions for the final war. What are your theories and predictions for the final war? Please comment down in the comments below. One more special announcement about my channel. It's been a year since I started uploading on this channel, and I've received a good amount of support, more than 30k views. I expected more subscribers from the channel, but still, I love you all. Thank you for watching the channel and supporting me. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. This is Random Air signing off.